2025 has already gone down in history as a year for new champions. As such, it looks like the perfect time for South Africa to finally break their curse and get their hands on an ICC trophy. But they will be faced against the greatest winners to ever do it, Australia. Defending champions in their own right, this is going to be a clash for the ages. So let's take a look at the teams and see how they stack up ahead of the big clash. The South African batting lineup looks something like this. You've got Ryan Rickelton and Aiden Markram up top. Tristan Stubbs probably slots in at 1 down. Temba Bavuma, the skipper and star batsman, is at 2 down. Then David Bedingham still probably gets to go at number 5. Kyle Verreynne as the keeper at number 6, and you got Warren Mulder as the first all-rounder in the team. There are a few uncertainties in that batting lineup. Tristan Stubbs is a solid young talent. He's already got 2 centuries in 9 matches, but he's also only got 500 runs. David Bedingham looks solid in his short career so far, and he's even captain his debut. But his recent form has kind of been off par. And then you've got Tony DeZorzi, who's also in the squad, but he's never quite settled, and that's why I think he'll just miss out on this 11, but he in his own right is a solid batsman too. Accompanying them, you've got the pillars of the bank lineup, the batsmen who got them to this stage in the tournament. You got Aiden Markram with experience and quality stroke picking up front. Then you got Ryan Rickelton, who's got form on the side across all formats. So far he's averaged 41 and already has a high score of 259, which is just insane. Skipper Temba Bavuma has been solid since 2021. In his last 5 years, his average per year has been 57, 40, 50, 56 and 106. All of them exceptional years and all 5 back-to-back, a great reign of form. And lastly, Kyle Verreynne has been crucial with 3 centuries in just this World Test Championship cycle. But where South Africa shines is with their bowlers. They've got bowlers for days. You start off with Warren Mulder, an all-round option with a golden arm. Then Marco Jansen's X-Factor tall left-hand pace is something everyone knows across all formats. There's some deadly bounce there and he's very posing when swing is on offer. Kingsley Robert, in my opinion, is just a star player full stop of this team. He's a test legend in every right. You look at his numbers and it's just legendary. And that's also what you expect from him. Legendary things in general, and he's had great battles with Australians before. I have no doubt in my mind that he's going to continue and bring the fire back into this encounter. And lastly, you've got Lungi Sanangidi, who gets into dangerous rhythms and gets in clusters whenever he's on form. Corinne Bosch also had a really good single game, but I don't think he's quite going to make the cut because of the sheer competition in this lineup. And accompanying all of them, in the middle of it all, is Keshav Maharaj as the lone spinner, but capable in his own right. But now we turn to the opposition, the defending champions, serial winners, Australia. For them, I just want to start off with the bowling lineup, because this just might be the greatest bowling lineup of all time. It's the biggest threat that they're facing, and in English conditions in specific, this is just scary. You start with Pat Cummins, who has transformed himself as an exemplary captain of the Test format. He has won every single ICC tournament full stop that he's ever entered. As captain, that is. He's also been in the number 1 Test bowler for ages and just has a legendary record in his own right. The same can be said of Mitchell Starc, and he's also a player for big games. He's won multiple matches and finals, and he's also never lost a final he's entered. So once again, you've got that experience, you've got that dominance, you've got that clutchness in every single player in this lineup. Then you have Josh Hazlewood, who himself has a great finals record, but is also just coming in with legendary form. He's managed to make RCB a potent and scary pace bowling lineup, so doing that in English conditions, that should be a piece of cake. And lastly, Nathan Lyon, with 553 Test wickets, is 7th all time. He's just 10 away from Glenn McGrath and has an argument to be among the greatest spinners in the history of Test cricket. But Australia will be more concerned is with the lack of form between their experienced batsmen. Usman Khawaja is now solidly at the back end of his career. He turns 39 in December, and he's had a great career, no doubt. His career average is 46. He really showed in last cycle though, when Australia won and his average was a whopping 65. Then this cycle it's gone down to 42, which is no bad sign either, but it's off pace for someone of his caliber. Same goes for Maureen Sabashane. He was the world number 1 and he was on supreme form, looked to have the same career as Steve Smith. And then that kind of all fell off. You look at his WTC records and he had an average of 73 in the first cycle. Then that dropped to 53, which is still respectable. But in this cycle, it's just been 28, which is straight up poor. And lastly, you've got Steve Smith, who is one of the greats of the game, and you just expect him to be the game changer, full stop. Yeah, his recent records have just been decent. Nothing to back up for a player of his caliber. From averaging 64 to 52 to now just averaging 41 in this cycle, it's a steady drop off for him, and that is concerning. But where the experienced legends are tailing off, Australia's got their fresh crop of players entering the team and shining in their own right. You got Cameron Green in the first place, who's arguably the best all-round prospect full stop in the entire world. He's pushed so much that Australia's finding ways to make other players open just to accommodate his position in the team. And there's no doubting his quality. We've seen him shine across all formats whenever given the chance. Then you got Bo Webster, who is by no means a youngster. He's on the wrong side of 30s. His introduction to the Australian team has been late, although it's been very impactful. His replacement of Mitchell Marsh might just be one of the smoothest things you've ever seen, and it took almost no effort for him to be a man with a golden arm and a reliable low-order bat. Lastly, we've got Sam Contest, who might not make the cut for this match specifically, but he's definitely one of the future. He took on Bumrah, which is something that almost no one can do, and his unconventional shots, his unorthodox approach are just refreshing in its own right, while they've already proven to change games for Australia from just the moment he put on the baggy green. And lastly, you can't talk about any knockout match without mentioning the Moustache Man, Travis Head himself. He is just fear-inducing in these encounters. Last finals, he got 161 and 1 man match. Speaking of which, when you look at some of his matches, they're all just legendary big games. You start off with the 2023 World Cup semi-finals against South Africa themselves. Then you've got the World Cup finals against India, which Indian fans know all too well. And lastly, there was the Championship finals earlier that year, where his century just demolished the entire team. So, obviously he will be my first player to watch out for, as will Mitchell Starc. These two players have a history of turning up in big finals. Well, on the South African front, I'm going to go with two youngsters. Marco Jansen, just even with the bat, offers a lot, and I think he will be an X factor. And Tristan Stubbs, I like the look of him. He's a solid young batsman, and he feels like he puts importance on his wickets every time. It'll be interesting to see how he adapts to this stage, but I have no doubt that he will have a great career. And so that's our prediction. This is after all the year for new champions. If South Africa is going to beat Australia in any year, it will be this year. Then again, history tells us otherwise, and we know what happened in 2023. We know what's happened throughout history. If Australia's involved in the finals, most people know what the result is. At the end of the day, those are just our views. If you like this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And as always, thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.